Hi folks, this is my first video entry to Steph's competition. I would like to raise awareness about depression. Now, the reason for choosing this as a subject is that it's a word that's often bandied around but not altogether understood, and I've experienced within my own family. I have a bit of background. I have been depressed and been treated for depression for many years, but there's clinical depression in my family. My mother, father, grandmother before she died, one of my sisters, the other sister was treated for it before, but isn't currently. We've all taken antidepressants, but one of the major contributory factors is a chronic inflammatory illness, which is what I have, rheumatoid arthritis. So, apart from that, I've had several, I've got a bizarre type of post-traumatic stress disorder, which doesn't allow me to process things the way that ordinary people do. Well, the way that most people do, not ordinary people. I'm just ordinary, it's just my mind's reaction to things. So, the reason I want to make this video is, I know that, for sure and certain, there is depression out there. There's depression within our community. I'd go so far as to say there's depression worldwide at the minute. I mean, we're living in not a very nice time. I woke up this morning, most of you lot in America are still in bed, and you'll not even know that North Korea launched a third nuclear weapon last night. It's not going to be allowed away with that now. Nobody has any money. Everybody's struggling to stay afloat. I have quite a demanding son, just for myself. Everybody's children wants what they were used to having whenever the money was there to provide it. Now we don't have it. But when you're struggling to cope with this, depression is crippling, absolutely crippling. And I know I spent a long time just not being able to get out of bed in a day. And if I did get up, I just went back to bed. And in fact, I do still spend a considerable amount of my time up in my room with my computer. Now, I've found the babies, and this one at the minute particularly, I don't know if it's because she's silicone or if it's because she's very cuddly. I don't know if that's why it is. I don't know. But something drew me to the reborns, and I've got a lot out of it. Not only just from physically having them, and from going shopping for baby clothes, which is my most favourite thing to do, and I think there's a lot of it about. But all my friends I've got, and now I've got this new Instagram thing. It's great. It's opened a whole new side of my life because I don't have to be at home with a computer to watch YouTube. I can see, and I can take photographs of my own babies. So anyway, to go back to the depression, which is what the video was about, this is a list of advice that's been written. There's a website called Mind for Better Mental Health, and this is understanding depression. Now, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, as per, a lot of people think that depression is a lifestyle choice, and actually it's not. It's generally a chemical imbalance in the brain caused by season. It can be caused by physical condition. It can be caused by response to a trauma, response to a drama. You all know, and it's there. If you're in the UK, I would go to Mind. It's very good. It's also on Facebook and Twitter, just MIND Mind. There's a button if you need urgent help, and there's a phone number. But this is, I'm going to read out a bit of this. What can friends and family do to help? This section is for friends and family who want to support someone they know who has depression. Feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and worthlessness are a major part of depression. Crippling too. This can mean someone avoids their friends and relatives rather than asking for help and support. However, this is the time when they need your help and support the most. So don't be angry if you want to help somebody and they're not actually wanting to see you. It's quite common within the disease. Perhaps the most important thing you can do is encourage your friend or relative to seek appropriate treatment. You can reassure them that it's possible to do something to improve their situation, but you need to do so in a caring and sympathetic way. You can't frog march anybody to the doctor. You can't. You have to encourage them. You can encourage them to talk about how they're feeling and get them to work out what they can do or what they need to change in order to deal with their depression. Bit airy-fairy, but it's along the same lines. Talk, listen. Listening's really the big thing. You can show that you care by listening sympathetically, by being affectionate, by appreciating them, or by simply spending time with them. That might work for some people. I don't want people spending time with me when I'm very low, and I certainly, if anybody was affectionate with me, apart from my partner, or perhaps my sister, I would have apoplexy. But again, play it by ear. If they live alone and are keeping themselves isolated, you could leave a message so they know you're concerned about them. That, to me, is the best thing you can do. Send somebody a wee message. They might not want to text you back. It's easier and easier now with phones. You can email, you can leave a message on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere. Twitter. I don't have Facebook. I used to, but I don't now. But there's all sorts of things that you can do to leave a little message and not put pressure on somebody to come out when maybe they just don't feel like it. I find it helps. Well, sorry, I'm reading this off the computer screen here, which isn't mine, so mine's still not fixed. I find what helps is letting people who are understanding about your illness know when you're having a bad day. My partner can tell me when one of my symptoms has started and reassure me. Remember that even if someone has started treatment for depression, it may still be some time before they really start to feel better. If your friend or relative is severely depressed, you may be faced with some hard decisions about how much to do on their behalf. For example, they're not looking after their physical needs. You should take over and do the shopping, cooking, cleaning for them if you're able to. Or should you try and encourage them to do it themselves? There's no easy answers. It'll help if you find someone with whom you can discuss these issues and other issues who may be able to share the responsibility with you. And then it goes on to say, supporting a friend or a relative who is depressed can be an opportunity to build a closer and more satisfying relationship. However, it can also be hard work and frustrating at times. Unless you pay attention to your own needs, it can make you depressed too. There may be a local support group of others in your situation. You should also talk to your GP or another healthcare professional about getting help for yourself and your family. And then there's some more. Now there's a whole lot of things on that. But basically the bottom line is, don't expect somebody. Most people keep depression very well hidden for a long time, and it takes quite a while to open up, to be able to talk, to stop feeling ashamed and disgusted by their own lack of ability to cope with things, because we're taught from a very early age, particularly women, that we should be able to cope with most things. So don't expect just to tell them to snap out of it and for that to happen, because it doesn't happen. And please all be aware that just a word in the wrong place can ruin somebody's day and make somebody very sad. Anyway, thanks for listening to me, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.